Outside of comedy, fourth wall breaks can be trickier, but when they're done right, they can also be brilliant. Michael Haneke proved this in his film Funny Games. Haneke's use is fantastic, not only for how he breaks the fourth wall, but also for why he does it. Now, if you haven't seen this film, I suggest you pause this video right now and watch it, because there are tons of spoilers coming on ahead. Let me begin by saying the genre of the film is a thriller, but not any thriller, it's a home invasion thriller, which is actually pretty odd for fourth wall breaks if you take into account that the success of this genre is especially based on the spectator's immersion and the credibility of the film. A thriller has to arouse that could happen to me feeling, and because of this, the viewer's ability to relate to the character is fundamental. It must make the viewer think, what would I do in that situation? Where could he be hiding? How could I escape? This actually translates in you stream at your TV screen, but that's another thing. Now back to Funny Games. The film's plot is typical. It is something we have seen in tons of films. The white rich American family drives into their isolated country house for a week or two. The family meets two suspicious young men and the spectator knows something's going to happen. After the father is injured and the dog is killed, we as the audience know where this story is going.
We bet. What time
the two guys make a bet, which actually is more of a promise.
That in, let's say, 12 hours, all three of you are gonna be kaput. Okay?
What?
You bet that you'll be alive tomorrow at 9 o'clock, and we bet that you'll be dead. Okay?
They don't want to bet.
Well, it's not an option. There has to be a bet. I mean, what do you think? You think they stand a chance? Well, you're on their side, aren't you? Who are you betting on,
Then, the kid escapes. Just when you think there might be hope, he's brought back into the house. They, or Haneke, keep playing funny games, making the viewer wonder who will get killed first. Your expectations are then broken with the death of the one person you least suspected would die. The kid. The youngest, most innocent character is killed, leaving the ones you don't care that much for. The plot moves along and you're once again granted with hope. The mom escapes, and is of course brought back into the house. The bet moves along, with another game of wondering who will be next. A few seconds before one of the parents get killed, this happens.
With no mistakes. Not only will you be able to decide which one of you bites it first, but also, and I'm sure this is going to interest you even more, with which device. Whether it's the fast and almost painless big gun, or the slow, drawn-out... Look out! Where's the remote control? Where's the fucking remote control? Okay, that was the test run. Now we're gonna go for the Olympic gold. If you can say this little, unfortunately much too short of a prayer backwards, with no mistakes, not only will you be able to decide which one of you bites it first, but also, and I'm sure this is gonna interest you even more, with which device. Whether it's the fast and almost painless big gun, or the slow, drawn-out... You shouldn't have done that, Anne. You're not allowed to break the rules. I'm sorry. You failed. Say goodbye to Georgie.
Haneke knows how the viewer thinks,
Cold.
and mostly he knows what the viewer wants.
Ice cold.
You knew what would happen, and you were given a choice.
Do you think it's enough? You want a real ending, right? With plausible plot development, don't you?
You could have turned the TV or computer off and walk away,
Warmer.
but you didn't. You wanted to see it, either for curiosity
Warmer.
or morbid pleasure.
Little
You're
cold.
allowed to wish for the death, or enjoy the film without any remorse, because, well, it's just a film.
Warmer.
Haneke knows this. So
Really
the first
warm.
time the murderer looks at the camera, it isn't just to be funny. You're not only an spectator, you are an accomplice. Actually, there's something else. We understand the word perception, partly through our audiovisual receptors. When you read a text, you might learn something from it. But when it comes to real, immersive understanding of life, some things can only be transmitted through film. For video essays, for that matter, there's a closeness, an emotional bond with the audiovisual message. What the author is saying might actually not even be true, but it's showing you his perspective.